And we all knew once more information came out about these organizations that were all essentially race grifting over the past year, that it was all going to be money that was going to disappear. It was never going to make it into the communities that it was supposed to help, and that it was going to just enrich the people at the very top. We knew this in terms of all the people donating money to this BLM organization. This is also true for a lot of, long-standing charities too. There are websites that rate charities and they're watchdogs. It's like very difficult nowadays, actually, when you're raising money to like figure out like, are they legit? A lot of these like huge charities, UNICEF, that size, things like that, like usually like 2 to 3 pennies out of every dollar make it to the cause. You had all this money flowing in to this BLM organization, and to be clear, I'm talking about the organization. I kept thinking to myself, wouldn't you do much better shopping, in black communities or buying from black-owned businesses, these type of things, if you wanted to help the black community, rather than pouring money into like a black hole, pun unintended, with no oversight, no checks and balances, just to resolve your white guilt or something like that. Well, now we're finding out that the person at the top of it, her name's Patrisse Cullors, has been enriching herself greatly at the expense. And I think it's great. All these idiots that in Hollywood that sent all their money, good. Spend it. Buy mansions. Buy large mansions. I'm fine with it. And when you poke around and you say, well, where's this money going? Then they just say, well, you're being racist. BLM co-founder Patrisse Cullors slammed a report by New York Magazine detailing the organization's purchase of a swanky $6 million Southern California home, claiming the story was, of course, racist. The 6,500 square foot mansion features more than 6 bedrooms and baths and was secretly bought with BLM donation funds. The magazine reported, and the Post later confirmed, the luxurious property once hosted Humphrey Bogart and Marilyn Monroe as house guests, and comes complete with a soundstage, music studio, pool, and a 2-bedroom guest house. Why BLM needs this? I don't know. $5.8 million could have done a lot. Could have done a lot in the projects. Could have done a lot. Could have set up a lot of scholarship money. Could have set up a lot of apprenticeships. It was never about helping the black community. It never was. I mean, it never was. Just like all these idiot suburban white kids showing up in Kenosha and burning it down. They didn't care about black people. They never did. Cullors called the article about the massive home a despicable abuse of the platform and intended to provide information to the public. The fact that a reputable publication would allow a reporter with a proven and very public bias against me and other black leaders to write a piece filled with misinformation, innuendo, and incendiary opinions is disheartening and unacceptable, she wrote. Do you think she ever provided the receipts, my friends? No, she did not. The article revealed that the 7-bedroom residence was purchased by Dwayne Pascal 2 weeks after BLM GNF received a $66.5 million in cash injection from its financial sponsor. Pascal is the financial manager for an LLC operated by Cullors and her spouse, Janaya Khan, Janaya and Patrisse Consulting. Do you have any idea how much money they're just funneling away from this? Can't criticize it, though. This is why, and by the way, if there was, obviously BLM is, in my opinion, not very different from a lot of these other charities that pop up around causes. Look at how much money, like remember when the Houston, every time there's like a natural disaster, everybody and their uncle are raising money, and very little of that actually ever gets to the people that need it. Ownership was transferred within a week to an LLC in Delaware, ensuring the property's owner wouldn't be disclosed. Oh, I wonder why you'd hide that. And the purchase of the nearly $6 million home had not previously been reported, the magazine claimed. BLM officials tried to keep its existence a secret from members of the media looking into the transaction. Cullors recorded a video last June outside the home, to mark the first anniversary of St. Floyd, and she remarked that she was in survival mode after the Post's exclusive reporting last April revealed her purchase of 4 other high-end homes in the United States for $3.2 million. So now she's spent $10 million on homes. What's happening to me in our movement is both racist and based on my gender, Colors wrote regarding the reporting on her purchases. What's happening to me is not about accountability or healing. It's about destroying my life. I don't know. I have a feeling black folks are asking, and I'm sure other black women as well, probably asking a few questions about why you're spending their money in this fashion. She said the reason the purchase wasn't announced, which she claims was bought to be a safe space for black people, required repairs and renovations. That's why they didn't announce it? What? You need to have a $6 million mansion to feel safe? She goes on to say she's never misappropriated funds, a claim the article does not accuse her of. She also said scrutiny she is facing is unfair and unjust. Hey, I didn't give you any money. I'm sure that the people that did give you the money are probably pretty pissed off, though. This after BLM co-founder Patrisse Cullors' chair's dark money nonprofit received $2.5 million from a woke Silicon Valley fund whose previous donors included Netflix. Netflix co-founder Reed Hastings, Mark Zuckerberg, and Jack Dorsey. A dark money nonprofit run by one of BLM's founders received $2.5 million in donations from a Silicon Valley foundation in 2020, a tax filing showed. Tax forms show that Dignity and Power Now, an LA-based agency headed by another agency headed by Patrisse Cullors, secured $4.2 million in donations in 2020. The bulk sum of that coming from a single Silicon Valley foundation, a multi-billion-dollar fund based in the Bay Area. The firm, which bills itself as a donor-advised community foundation serving the Silicon Valley region, received $2.1 billion in contributions alone. And now BLM co-founder Patrisse Cullors admits using $6 million mansion for her own parties. What a coincidence. Who could have foreseen this? I wonder if black folks from, I don't know where they bought this, somewhere in the California area, you guys, what if they started showing up and say, hey, I'm looking for a safe space to take a swim. I want to go in your pool. Do you think Patrisse Cullors would let them in? I don't know. All the properties she bought seem to be in white neighborhoods. That's what other people are saying. That's not what I'm saying. The second she had money, she got up out of the black neighborhood she claims to represent and is living in the whitest of white neighborhoods in California. Like, shockingly white, blindingly white, like white on rice in a paper plate in a snowstorm white. 99.9997% white. That's where Patrisse Cullors bought her home. BLM co-founder Patrisse Cullors has admitted to throwing 2 parties at the organization's swanky $6 million mansion, despite previously suggesting she'd never used the property for personal gain. The 38-year-old told the Associated Press on Monday that she hosted her son's birthday party there and a gathering to celebrate President Biden's inauguration at the 6-bedroom property earlier this year. I thought this was to serve as a meeting place, a venue, and campus. That's what you told everybody. But what you're actually doing is you're just using this as just another one of your 3 or 4 homes. She was seeking refuge at the property because she'd been receiving mean words. During that time, she said that she also hosted a Biden inauguration party for about 15 people, including local BLM chapter members and other prominent supporters of the organization. Cullors said she also threw a private birthday party for her son in March 2021, and she intended to pay a rental fee to BLM. I'm sure she intended to pay one, but just hadn't gotten around to it yet. They were still crunching the numbers. I'm sure as soon as they figure it out, she's going to write a check to BLM with money she got paid from BLM. Somehow she'll turn it into a way to make more money. I said it at the time, and I'll say it again. These, I mean, this. Oh, you have a big mansion. You got tennis courts. It looks like you got a huge in-ground pool. Must be nice. It looks like she is just in survival mode there, huh? Just she might have to go to one of her other 4 multi-million-dollar homes. What a joke. And no one's going to care about this. No one's going to report on this. The black community is not going to be mad about this. I don't know why they wouldn't be. This woman has enriched herself to the tune of somewhere $10 to $20 million. That was a lot of money that could have went to the communities. We'll see. Hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.